Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. All right, y'all. So, as y'all know, we got an ass whoop last week. A lot of it self-inflicted, in my opinion. And the Jaguars went out there and took advantage of said self-inflictions and got the W. Okay, so after a week of talking shit, looking at tape, doing this, that, and the third, now it's time to move on, everybody. All right, so now today we're going to do our preview of the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals down in Glendale, Arizona. All right, if you didn't know, the game is this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, we got to get up and wait most of the day to see our Carolina Panthers play. But, it is what it is. All right. But I want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining. Okay. And if you haven't already, on your way in, whatever platform you're watching on, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, follow, whatever buttons they got on whatever platform you want to support the channel. Please click them. I greatly appreciate all the love and support. And as always, you can catch me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. All right. And before we get going, I want to welcome my compadre, my homeboy, my family member, the reason why I'm on this podcast in the first place, because the couch scout extraordinaire. How you
Yeah,
doing, sir?
man, what it is, what it ain't. What's
Yes,
good,
sir.
everybody?
How
You
you
know
feeling
me,
today,
man. Got
man?
six in one hand, half a dozen in the other, cuz you know what it is. Guess I
Yes, I
call
call
either.
you.
You already know. You already
Love it,
know. But
love
what's
it.
popping though? What's good? What's going on in Panther Nation?
Man, let me tell you, it is absolute panic in part of Panther Nation. I think another part of it don't give a shit. Another part of it, everything's still rainbows and unicorns. It's all over the place. I mean, it's absolutely all over the place. But I mean, hell, it's the Carolina Panthers. I mean, we haven't had it any other way
Listen,
for the last 10 years. Just pure chaos.
let, let me ask you this question, because
Go
it
ahead.
seems like after every game, whether home or away,
Mhm.
it's like you have people that just want to just burn the building down. And I get it. We have sucked for a long time. It's been a minute since the Panthers of 2015. We really haven't had no winning season since then. Really nothing truly to root about or be excited about on a consistent basis. You
Mhm.
have success here and there. But
Yeah.
in your estimation, what do you think it would take for Panther Nation to flip over to the other side, to the sunshine side? Yeah, and win, lose or draw, they're going to support this team, because it's like after every loss, they want somebody fired. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody replaced. They want somebody off the team. And I'm like, well, damn, like,
Hey,
are we really being a fan? I mean,
hey, let me tell
you
you,
know,
cuz I'm slowly falling into that category after some of these games, man. I'm slowly
not
falling
you.
into it. Yeah, a little
Come
bit, man.
on,
It's
dog.
telling you, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But to answer your question, it's a couple things. Okay, it's not just one thing. For me, it's a couple things. One, we got to see improvement. Okay, and not just improvement for 1 or 2 games. We need to see improvement over the course of the season. All right, but improvement is not enough. You can improve and still be under 500. Okay, just like we can say we
Right.
improved
That's true.
from 2023 to 2024, we still ended up only winning 5 games. Okay, and I know a lot of
Right.
people want
That's
to say
true.
that it was an improvement over the number of games we won. All right, a
Yeah.
division title. Okay, a division title or a wild card berth into the playoffs. Okay, we got to get something. We got a division title
Hmm.
would be better. We say, okay, bet we were division champs last year. We got something to hang our heads on and say we did this. We won the division or we made the playoffs. All right.
Right.
I think those three things would kind of get Panther Nation to to kind of level off and everybody be like, all right, bet. Let's it's going in the right direction. I like what I'm seeing. Okay. Well, and let me add another one to it. Okay. Um,
Okay.
they have to the draft and free agency. Okay. I like what they've done in the draft, even though I do think that it should there have been some players that like, we could have gone for like me and you talked a couple years ago. We wanted a center bad that year. We wanted a center real bad.
Right.
Panthers
Right.
passed on
Yeah.
every single one of them. I mean, every single one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Linebacker. Like last year, I was sitting there thinking like, okay, cool. Maybe we go out and get an Edgerrin Cooper. We didn't get an Edgerrin Cooper. It was no, that was
Oh
not
yeah.
this. Yeah, not this past draft.
Yeah,
Draft before that.
me and Doug was pounding the table for Edwin Cooper.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. But yeah, but they've got to they've got to they've got to add talent. Let me say that they got to continue to add talent. Um, I will say this: Dan Morgan did not say this was going to be an overnight thing. He said this is going to take a few years. You know, but the thing with Panther Nation is just like we got to see something on the field. Like we can't get out here and
Mhm.
keep seeing the same thing week after week after week. Like or in this case, we're tired of seeing the same start to the season every single year. It's just like, yo, y'all do all this work in the off season, you get prepared and all this, and you can't even get out there and get the snaps right. The snaps are high. Bryce is
Yeah,
um
that
Bryce
that
is calling
that
for the
that was
snap.
bad.
One play last week, Bryce called for the snap, and then all of a sudden he looked away like he was about to change the play, but he already told Damian Lewis to tap Corbett snap the ball, and luckily, he turned it back around just in time. The ball was right there in his face. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, man, it's
So
it's it's it's
what
it's
Flame?
it's a it's a lot of stuff, but hopefully we can get it.
Hey, do you agree with that? What Flame for Jesus just put up there with the what's it called
Well, hold on.
shit.
Let me get to that. Hey, thank you, Flame for Jesus, for the 5 gifted memberships, man. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, my brother. Okay, so and thank you for the $5 super chat. Bryce is on the hot seat tomorrow at 4. No coach is going to lose their job over a QB. He will be on the bench again. Now I kind of
Mm,
agree with that to a certain extent because my thing is this: if I'm Dave Canales and Bryce, and if I'm Dave Canales and I'm the coach, and I finally get to a point, I'm just like, he's not getting it. He's not getting it. I've tried, and if he gets benched, hey, but at the same time, it might be a situation where it's just like, because we always talked about Tepper, having his hand in too many things. And then lately we've like, okay, he's taking a step backwards, he's letting people do what they do and whatnot. But my thing is, it could be a situation where, like everybody's saying, that was Tepper's pick. Shoot, hey, it could be the other way around. Like I always like to say, you never know. Anything is possible. But my thing is, if Bryce continues to go out here and struggle, I need Tepper and Canales and Dan Morgan to sit down and have a conversation and be like, hey,
okay.
it is what it is. If he's the number one pick and he ain't getting it, then he's the number one pick and he ain't getting it. I'm rooting for him
Okay.
every game. You know what I mean? But go ahead, King.
Okay. No, I agree with you saying, but it just okay. So after one game, he's now on the hot seat, or now he's about to get David Tepper fired. I'm trying to understand why is he on the hot seat? Why Flame for Jesus or anyone would think that Bryce is on the hot seat? So when I ask that question, I ask it because I've looked at it in totality, the offense as a
Hmm.
whole. Let's take the defense out of the equation, right? I went back and I looked at the all 22 of that game. Were there some throws that Bryce could have made better? Yes.
Hmm.
That fumble on him, 1000% his fault. Ain't no
Yeah.
if, ands, or buts, no questions about it. But neither one of those interceptions, even though the one that he threw to Xavier Legette, I wish he would have ran to pick up just that 1 or 2 yards because he had all that
Facts.
green grass in front of him. But that
Hmm.
interception wasn't his fault. That interception wasn't his fault. The interception that Rico Dowdle
Rico.
yeah, we had the cement in his hands and tipped the ball. That ain't Bryce's fault. Bryce hit him where he was supposed to hit him at. The ball hit your hands. We all know if you're a receiver, if you're a running back or whoever, if the ball hits in your hands, it's your job to catch it, right or wrong.
Right? You right?
Yeah. So, if he overthrew Rico or threw way behind him, or something like that, and you could say, okay, yeah, Bryce, that you messed up on that. You know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
or whatever the case may be. But yes, I give him that. I give him that fumble because I've always said he needs to secure the ball better. He's not really that great at sliding. That ain't never really been his thing. But this is the consequences. This is the consequences of your actions of not doing what you need to do to protect the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
Facts.
when I look at that and I look at two passes that Xavier Legette caught, that if he would have got both feet in bounds, that would have kept the chains moving because I think both of those throws was on third down.
Hmm.
He could have did better in hitting Hunter Renfrow, but when you go back and look at the all 22, Hines,
Allen.
the boy from Jacksonville, yeah, Hines
Hmm.
Allen was dead in his face. He had whipped Josh Naaman. Like
Yeah,
Josh Naaman wasn't even in the picture. You know what I'm
he
saying?
did.
I had to look at it a couple times. I was like, damn, I didn't in game time, game speed, I didn't think he really beat him that bad. But he did.
Yeah, he got
You
him.
know what I'm saying?
He
And
got him.
got Bryce to throw off his back leg. The ball still got there, but it could have been a better ball because Hunter Renfrow had about 2 or 3 steps on the guy. If the ball would have been out in front of him and he could have kept stride and caught it, that could have been a difference. The Jatavion Sanders dropped the ball in the end zone, hit him right in his hands. I mean,
Hmm.
when we talking about points, that could have been on the board. Terrell McMillan dropped the touchdown in the end zone. That's 12 to 14 points right there. We wouldn't even be having this discussion about how bad Bryce played or if he on the hot seat because we'll be 1-0 instead of 0-1. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and I feel you, but I do slightly disagree with some of the stuff. Like on the Hines Allen thing, Josh Nijman got his ass whooped on that play. But what one thing I want Bryce to do is quit doing that damn bunny hop when somebody's in his face. When he's trying to throw the ball. I think Hines Allen was on him, but I think if Bryce would have not did that little hop back, I mean, because he like hopped backwards and like completely locked up, like his legs were together and then he
Mm.
tries to throw that ball. Mind you, you see the man coming at you, just go ahead and launch that damn thing. I'd rather him, overthrew him on that play than that. Um, on that play, as well, I keep going back and looking. I know you disagree with me on this one. I keep going back and looking at the tape. I still say that was pass interference on that ball because that boy ran
Which
straight
one?
in the Hunter on that first Hunter Renfro throw, the one with Hines Allen. That boy
Oh yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
boy
yeah,
ran straight
yeah.
into him. He ran straight into his chest, hand
I
up on
I
his
saw the
face
clip.
mask. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the
And, and,
clip
and
that you put on YouTube. I was like, okay, yeah. When you slowed it down, I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that was
yeah.
pass interference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now in real time, I was like, hey, the rest don't have the same view. Even though sometimes I'm like, I wish they would be able to challenge some of these plays. Now, mind you, I don't want them to be able to be able to challenge like every single throw that they think is pass interference. But what if they got one challenge a game, one or two challenges a game, where they can say, can we take a closer look at that and see if it was pass interference? Because sometimes these
Yeah,
plays do be the difference between winning and losing in some games. Okay.
it does. It
And like
does.
what was it? The other now mind you, he did set Hunter Renfrow up as Roadmaster said for the ambulance. He did give him
Yeah,
a
he did.
hospital ball on that one play.
He did.
Okay,
He
okay.
did.
Hey, and then
I can't
Renfro
even
showed
lie.
up on the injury report ribs. I said, well, no shit.
Well, then they said they were saying I think it was Joe Person who said on Twitter that he did not injure his ribs on the play that we thought he
Oh,
had injured his ribs. So I'm like, I
gotcha.
don't know when he got hurt, but I think that chemistry, him and Renfrow just don't have that chemistry down pat
Yeah.
like they will as the season goes on. You know what I'm saying? Um, I did see some good things with Tedero and McMillan. I like when they isolate him on one side of the field and he's one on one with a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to roll coverage his way when you in a 3-by-1 set. When you got three
Mm-hmm.
wide receivers to one side and he's on the opposite side of the field, isolated one on one.
Yeah.
I like his chance, and that's where he caught most of his balls. Pause. But yeah, man. I think it could have been a better day for him. I think it
Mm-hmm.
could have been a better day for Bryce. It could have been a better day for a team as a whole. But like we said last year, CJ, I know I kind of hijacked your point for a minute,
Nah, go
but
ahead,
I
bro.
felt like I got on the roll.
Go ahead.
But like we said, one thing that we talked about last year, man,
Mm.
one thing that we talked about last year is you cannot win in the National Football League giving up 200 yards rushing a game.
Nah.
You
Mm-mm.
can't. You can't, man. And so, as much as we want to say and put things on Bryce, or I ain't say we, people want to put things on Bryce and say it's his fault. Yes, he's the quarterback. He's the leader of the team. He's going to bear most of that. You know what I'm saying? But he does
Mm-hmm.
not play defense. He does not
Yeah.
play defense. And I agree. We need to play some of the younger guys. Nick Scott. I'm with every fan of Carolina that believes Nick Scott has no damn business being on the field. You know what I'm saying? They need to put
Yeah.
Lathan Ransom in there or Damani Richardson, and put them one of them two beside Trevor Moore and let them do their thing, man. But yeah, our tackling sucks. Our linebacking core sucks. They don't want to come
Ooh,
downhill.
I got a
You know what I'm
whole slide
saying?
on them.
One thing we talked about last year was we need in this 3-4 defense, the strength or the weakness of that defense is straight up the middle, from nose tackle to the
Mm-hmm.
on ball linebacker to the deep safety.
Mm-hmm.
It's straight up the middle. If you don't have a linebacker that wants to go down and running, you know, shoot the gaps. Like I said last year, stick his nose in mama kitchen and find out what she cooking. I
Yeah.
mean, get in the line of scrimmage, plug the holes. If you see the guard pulling and he's pulling away from you, that whoever that backside linebacker is got to shoot that gap. They standing there waiting to be for these guards to reach them on the second level. It's pathetic.
It
I'm,
is.
I'm gonna
It,
stop.
it
I'm
it
gonna go off on my
really is.
tangent.
Now you good. I'm going through the comments. Hey, and shout out everybody that's making comments here. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get to all of them here. Hey, and Flame for Jesus, thank you for a $10 super chat. I think the only person that should be kept in this organization is Brant Tiller. Start with Dan Morgan, fire the rest, including Bryce. I will never like short QB. Hey, he wants a full reset. He's let me tell you, if the Panthers organization was a computer, he's keeping nothing but the power cord. And the power cord to him is Brant Tillis. He's throwing the case, the fans, the graphics
Mm,
card, the motherboard, everything away. He's all I'm keeping is the power cord. Hey, appreciate you, Flame for Jesus.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. Earl Messi can't challenge. Yeah, no, I know you can't challenge penalties, but I'm just saying it would be nice. Me personally, I think it would be nice if you got maybe one a game that you can challenge.
yeah,
Just one where they can
yeah,
go back, take a
yeah.
look at the replay, because even sometimes the announcers are baffled and they're like, "Hold up, wait a minute, like, no, this is what are they doing?" They'll be like, what do the refs see on this play that we ain't seeing? Because they got access to all of this, but that was clearly not the call. That's what I'm saying. It would be nice, maybe one. You get one a game. I think that would be
Hmm.
good. But I'm pretty sure the NFL is like, yeah, nah, that's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me see. They just said, Roadmaster, you got my vote for Panther coach. Renfrow not back in game shape yet. Roman, I think you are correct, Roadmaster. I think you're absolutely correct. But now Renfrow might not be back in road in game shape yet. But let me tell you, let me tell you, cuz the older I get, I have this problem now. The next two words that I'm about to say, I keep combining them together. It's the most aggravating shit I have ever been
Dang.
through in my life. I've had knee surgery. I've had brain surgery. But when I tell you this crap right here is the one of the most aggravating goddamn things I have ever had to go through in my life. I'll be talking, and I'll be like, the next two words would be like full week, and I'll be like feek or wool or something. It's the most
Damn.
aggravating shit in the world. I hate it. I
Hey,
swear I do.
wait, wait till you get up on the fifth floor. You're gonna hate a whole
Oh
lot of shit.
God. Oh yo, it is
Oh
aggravating
god.
as hell, man. It's so aggravating. Oh my God.
Yeah.
T Green, what's going on with you? But back to what I was saying about Renfro. Even though he might not be back in game shape just yet, let me tell you the one thing what Hunter Renfro can do, that little dude can get open. Sorry. And we saw that
Yes, it can.
Sunday. He can
Yes, it
still
can.
get open. And that's my frustration with Bryce. Because even okay, you got the Hines Allen play. I give it to him. He was in his face a little bit. I still think he could have made that throw. Later on in the game, Hunter Renfro, Bryson Tremaine hit a go route. Hunter Renfro did like a out and up or a wheel route, however you want to call it. And he let me tell you, it was a touchdown. A touchdown. And I don't know if Bryce threw
Mm,
that ball thinking he was throwing to somebody like Ted, who was, taller than Hunter Renfro or whatever. But Renfro he caught the ball, but he had to jump and he was going out of bounds. And I'm like, dude.
yeah.
And in that instant, clean pocket, nobody was within 2 yards.
Yeah.
So like you got to make and that's the only thing with Bryce that I'm sitting here looking at now. It's just like, dude, okay, you've been in the league 3 years. Okay, you have got to make these throws. Like there is no excuse anymore for when we go out there and we look at you with a clean pocket and you got these guys and you're missing them. That's my frustration with it. But yeah. Let me see.
Hmm.
Romance said, "Now I'm taking Evero's job." Hey, shout out to the biggest Panther fan in the world, Mr. Red Swarm, aka Blue Claw. He said the number one most determinant stat for evaluating wins versus losses is the turnover ratio. Teams that win the turnover battle win 90% of the time. Yes, thank you. Hey, we lost the
That's
turnover battle
facts.
big time. We lost the turnover battle
Yeah, that's
big
facts.
time. And even on that first turnover, Tony, I will argue this too. When I went back and looked at the all 22 from the end zone view, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe old buddy was behind XL and he didn't see him. Nah, let me tell you, me, in my eyesight, I could have seen old buddy running towards X when I stopped the tape where Bryce was at. He saw him. And he was it was clear he was there before he let the ball go. So that's why I'm not going
Yeah.
to say it was all XL on that one. Right? He should have ran it. And this is my personal opinion. I do believe that there was enough of a view for him to see old buddy to know, like, okay, let me not throw this, let me tuck this ball and let me run it. So, but that's why I say that one. But thank you, that Blue Claw,
Gotcha.
the biggest Panther fan that all of us know. We appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you. Okay, and real quick, thank you, Flame for Jesus, for another $5 super chat. Dan Morgan made our inside linebacker room worse. How do you make something that was already bad worse? Well, I would I can't wholly disagree with this. I don't think he made it this way on purpose. They were counting on Josie Jewell. Josie Jewell retired. But the one thing I would say about this, I wonder if they knew he was having these issues all along, or was this something that popped up right before he decided to retire? Because my thing is,
Hmm.
if they knew about this all along and the only person they went out and grabbed was Christian Roseboom, then Flames for Jesus, I can kind of agree with you on this one. I can kind of agree with you on this one. But if
Yeah.
Roseboom was supposed to come in and be kind of like a rotational player, along with Wallace, and Josie Jewell was supposed to lead this group. Now, not saying that Josie Jewell was the next coming of Ray Lewis or anything, But I think it would look a little bit better if he was out there right now instead of not.
Facts.
You know what I
Facts.
mean?
He
Yeah.
was he was definitely that down hose. I'm not gonna say he was a thumper, but he
Mm-hmm.
will come downhill and stick his nose, in the kitchen to find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like these linebackers, they sit and they wait for either one of these guards or a guard or a tackle to reach them on the second level. Well, by that time you already 3 to 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. So that gives the running back 3 to 5 yard head start before he's even
Mm-hmm.
being touched. And then while we're on the subject, before I forget it, I'm
Talk
so
to me.
freaking tired of seeing a 4 man front. When you know you can't stop the run. If you can't stop the run, why in the hell are we still running a 4 man front?
I don't know,
What would
cuz
what
I
what what
you
what
got
do
me.
they think Arizona's going to do tomorrow? They ain't gonna line up and spread you out wide. No, they gonna
Mm-hmm.
take James Conner and Trey Benson and they gonna run it down our throat until we stop it. But you know how you let them how you let them know that you're going to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Play 5 or 6 men up front.
Hey, I've said the same thing. I've said the same thing. I would guess, and I think tomorrow I am going to get me a pen and a pad, and I'm going to sit here and I'm gonna count every defensive snap. I'm gonna see whether we got the five the typical defensive front, or we got our three down linemen, and then the four linebackers, two inside linebackers, or two outside linebackers who are rushing off the edge. Okay, I'm going to count how many times we're in that set, and then how many times we're in that 4-2-5 defense. Okay, because Evero runs that quite a bit. I mean quite a bit. Okay, but we'll look at that.
Mhm.
All right. What's up? What's up, Panthers Prime Podcast? The what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the Pope. Panthers Pope Podcast. What's up, PvP? How you doing, big dog?
Yeah.
Green said we will beat the Cards and Falcons. PP, man, I hope so. I hope so. I swear I do. Let me see. I know I'm missing a lot
Chill
of
Will.
stuff here. Yeah, what's up,
What's
Will?
good?
Hey, Nervax, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said Legette doing all that stuff in the off season is going to bite him in the ass if he can't perform. Did you see Captain Munlin talk about Legette? Yes, I did see that clip. Now, mind you, okay, I don't think that this. I don't think the Glorilla video, the Kentucky Derby. I to be honest with you, I don't think none of that stuff is like okay because he did that. This is affecting his game. You know what I mean? He just got to go out there and play. You know what I mean? Like he's got to. My
Hmm.
thing is he's got to go out there. One thing he needs to do, he needs to go back, look at this film from last week, and be like, okay, this is what I need to improve on. Because my thing is now we're amplifying a lot of stuff that Legette does, but the downside for Legette, the stuff he does wrong is always just so blatant and out there, and it's in pivotal situations. Okay, so you got that drive. Now, mind you, that would have been the first down. He didn't get his feet down. Okay, everybody, he needs to get better at that. Yes, but then you follow that up later on in the game when the corner came on the blitz, and I swear Excel just kind of looked at him like, "Oh shit, there he go," and then he hits Chuba, makes a tackle, and the Panthers have to punt. My thing is, and then it was so blatant. Who was it? Shalair was talking about it. And he was like,
So
man,
Max
he was like,
there.
you, yeah, he was like, you're not gonna catch, you're
Yeah.
not gonna block. He was like, what? Why do we have you out here? And I just shook my head and I was just like, damn, man, XL. My thing is, I'm like, okay, you didn't get your feet in bounds. All right, bet you go back, you fix that, make it happen. But that block, I can't defend that one. I can't sit here and
All
be like, oh, well, it was this. It just he snapped the ball and he just like it looked like he just looked
that
at him.
that is a effort play. That is
Yeah.
a will. That is a I'm bought in type of play. That play right there didn't cause you to have no good hands, to run the right route or any of that. All that play asks you to do is put a hat on somebody. Nobody say you had to go out there and be the best blocker or nothing. Just put a hat on
Mm-hmm.
him. And he didn't even do that, dog.
Yeah.
He didn't even do that. He almost looked as worse as George Pickens did in the game that they had last Sunday. When the
Hey, let me
ball
tell
ain't
you,
coming
Tony.
to him, he is
Uh-huh.
not interested in doing and helping his teammates out.
And I hate to say it, but that's what it seems like. But look at last week, the tight ends for the Jaguars. I don't know if it was Strange or the other one, but I'll never forget this play. Stood DJ Johnson ass up. I mean, stood him up. Running back gets through the hole, and my thing is, and then 5 yards later, DJ Johnson wants to shed the tackle. And then try to go after the play. My thing is this: if the tight end from the opposing team can take on your defensive your edge rusher, your outside linebacker, and stifle them
Right.
enough for your running back to make a play, Excel should be able to get down there and make that block. Because you think about it, if Excel makes that block, Chuba might, and I say this, he might have been able to cut that ball to the outside, and we see where that play was going, or and like I said, like I always say, you never know. But I think that he would have had an opportunity to at least make that first down because old boy got in there, cut his legs out from under him, and Chuba was done. He was down. He was short. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. And I'm sorry I'm not getting through all of your comments here because it is a lot of them. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Red Swan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Say you welcome, CJ. I do what I can do. It's hurt. I do what I can do to hurt. I mean to help. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Red. Hey, Tip Drill Will, what's
Uh,
going on with you, man? Thank you for the $5
Tip
super
Drill
chat.
Will,
What's
my
up,
man.
fella? I still can't get the Nick Scott missed tackle out of my head. I saw it live. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, mind you, um, definitely his fault for missing the tackle. But when you think about it too, like Tony was saying, our linebackers have to step up because one thing in that game that you saw a lot of is our safeties having to come up and make plays because our linebackers were nowhere to be found. Okay. And my
Hmm.
thing is, like I keep preaching, gap control, gap control, gap control. Okay. You have got
That
to go out there, and these linebackers have got to get in their gaps. So go ahead,
and
Tony.
see that's the thing. On every play, on every defensive snap, every linebacker and every defensive lineman has a gap that they're assigned, whether it's the A, B, or C gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I got two defensive tackles and two outside linebackers, which your edge rushers are going to have C gap, maybe D gap, if there's a tight end, right? So then your two
Mm-hmm.
defensive tackles either gonna have A or B. So if I'm the right defensive tackle and I got the B gap, and I'm that linebacker behind him, that linebacker got the A gap. It's all a puzzle. That's all football is when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the trench. It's a puzzle. Every piece has to fit where it needs to go. I saw that earlier. I was cracking up. Raccoon, bro. So every piece has to fit. You know
Sorry.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you are waiting to one of the guards or a tackle reach you on the second level, that means that your gap no longer exists because you can't go and fill that gap. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I got
You
you.
can't go and fill that gap. So yeah. It's crazy. What's up, Josh?
What's going on, Josh? Hey, hold on. He said if he keep it up, he gonna tell Glorilla to make a diss track. I'm sorry. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Hey, shout out to Flame for Jesus for another $10 super chat, man. And I'm gonna get with the guys and get this thing here mailed down to you, man. I appreciate all the support, dog. See, I said the defense wouldn't be much better before the year started. Everyone we picked up was playing next to superstars. We don't have but two good defensive players, no superstars, and sacking the quarterback. I mean, yeah, we
Mm.
got Derek Brown. We do have J.C. Horn. I think Merrick is going to I still think he was a good pickup. To be honest with you, even with the limited film, I think Turk Wharton was also a good pickup before he got hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw some plays from
Yes.
Turk Wharton that I really liked from that game on Sunday. But my issue was I'm just like, well, crap. My thing is why? Why is Bobby Brown not starting and all of a sudden Ashawn Robinson is starting nose tackle? Because if I remember
Man.
correctly from last year, Ashawn Robinson said he did not come here to play nose tackle. He came here to play defensive end. And then all of a sudden he's starting defense, he's starting nose tackle. And Bobby Brown the third is on the depth chart as the backup to Tershawn Wharton. I'm just like, I don't get
CJ.
it. Talk to me, some. Hey,
CJ.
thank you, Flame for Jesus. Talk to me,
Hey,
cuz.
bro. When I first saw that initial depth chart, I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna trip because the first unofficial depth chart. Maybe that's just something that they threw out there. But then as
Mm-hmm.
it got closer to game day, I think it was game day when it came out with the depth chart. I was like, no, it don't seem like it was a mistake. I'm like, why in
Yeah.
the hell? Our main problem, the past 2 years is that we don't have a big enough body in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it over and over again. You got to be stout up the middle. You go off in the offseason, you get signed Bobby Brown, young man, 24, 25 years old, 330 pounds, 6'4", 6'5". Then you draft Cam Jackson, 6'6", 330, rookie out of Florida. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now we're getting serious about wanting to stop the run. So
Yeah.
you can envision Bobby Brown or Cam Jackson, a nose tackle. Then you got Deshaun Rock. I mean, Derek Brown on one end and Ashawn Robinson on the other. I'm kind of like you got a big front. But then the first play of the game on the defensive side, you come out with an even front, two defense tackles and two edge rushers. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
it don't make sense. I can't take you serious about what you want to about what you're saying about wanting to stop the run when you do dumb shit like this, and then the depth chart doesn't even match up to what you want to say. To what you say that you want to do. It just don't make
Mm-hmm.
sense, dog.
Yeah. Yep, I got you. I'm gonna get through last couple of these comments, and then we're gonna get into the meat of this. Didn't Bobby Brown bum ass get hurt too? He I think he had a foot issue or something, but he's good. He's ready to go. But my thing is too, when I say Bobby Brown got in the game and made a few plays, you saw him getting pushed into the backfield. It was just push up the middle is kind of worthless when you're not getting any from the outside. You know what I mean? Like if defensive tackle is getting a push up the middle and all the quarterback has to do is step to his left, step to his right, and his tackles and guards are, doing what they're supposed to be doing. That was kind of the case. Trevor Lawrence had a little bit of pressure, but not a lot. But I did like what I saw from Bobby Brown. Now, if they all can get their act together and get on one accord and get some pressure on the quarterback together, I think we might start, now keyword start, to look like we have something going on. Okay. So yeah. All right.
Mhm.
But let me go ahead and get into it. Hey, and first off, okay. I want to say thank you to all of the members of of the front office. Okay. I want to say thank you to everybody. Hold on, let me get these comments off screen real quick here. Okay. As Nell Creations told me, I made sure I went through and got everybody's name on the slides. Okay. Because that has been my issue the past little bit is it's been a lot of y'all, especially with all the gifted memberships that I've gotten over the past month or two. So I want to say thank you to all the members. I greatly appreciate all the love and support. Okay, and also I wanted to say too. Now I know y'all heard me talk about my Patreon a few months ago, and it is live. Okay, it is live. I'm going to start putting some member videos over there. What I want to do what I want to do is at least once a week have a members live. Okay. If you go over there, the link is right here. You'll see what it's two tiers. Okay. It is the executives and the co-GMs. Okay. The executive tier is $5. The co-GM is $10. Now with the co-GM tier, let me say this. at least one home game a month, I will be giving 2 tickets away to the home game. Okay. It might be more depending on the month, depending on the circumstances, depending on what I got going on, here, personal life, just life being life and whatnot. But at least one home game a month, I will be giving 2 tickets away to go see the Panthers play at home. And if you are in the co-GM tier, you automatically be entered to have a chance to win those 2 tickets. Okay. And that does mean our only home game this month is versus Atlanta next week. And I will be giving away 2 tickets to the Atlanta game. So if you would like to be entered for a chance to win those 2 tickets, go over to the Patreon and join the co-GM tier. Okay. And the membership on YouTube is not going away. Okay. It's still 99 cents a month. And if that is how y'all want to support the channel, I greatly appreciate all of it. Okay. And I greatly appreciate everybody for whatever they do, however you do it. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody, all of the members, all the people that have gifted me memberships. I appreciate every last one of you. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now got that out of the way, cuz let's go ahead and get into some things here. Fantasy football. All right. As y'all can see, your boy for the 910 is in first place. All right. Followed by Panthers Dog Stompers, who I'm currently stomping right now after Tucker Craft and Josh Jacobs went off Thursday night. House Nicholas. You got the Pound
Oh
Town
boy.
Power Rangers. Let me tell you, that is my good buddy Nakari right there. The Pound Town Power Rangers.
Oh my
Yo, that
God.
that name makes me laugh every time. Then you got Dylan from for Panther fans only. One of one. Famous. I think that's B Amos. The BBL giver. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but if you're watching, please tell me what that is. Because all I can think
I,
of is just the BBL.
oh my God.
The Bryce is right and Low Country. So I thank y'all for the support. Fantasy football is rocking and rolling. Those are the standings after one game. And these are the current matchups that are going on this week, just after the Thursday night game between the Packers and the Commodores. Okay. I hope my boy Daniel is watching because I don't ever call them the Commanders. I call them the Commodores. He
Hmm.
said these names are crazy. Yes, they are. He turns. I'm number one in my fans, 195 points. There you go. Oh, Kenny said I should have won. I got you. I got you. All right. Okay, so the injury report. Tershawn Wharton is out. There were about 5 or 6 more people on this report Thursday. But when Fridays came out, they were all listed as good to go. Hunter Renfrow, Caleb Evans, Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, and somebody else, if I'm not mistaken. But Wharton is out. If I'm not mistaken, Turk Wharton is going to be out for at least a month, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 to 4 weeks. So it could be up to a month. Icky is questionable. As y'all know, he had his appendix removed, okay, a couple weeks ago, right before the first game. So he is questionable. I hope I hope he'll be good enough to go. I don't want him to risk himself in any way, like I said, but I hope he is good enough to get out there and play. But also, the one thing I'm glad of is, this injury report being so small. It's only 2 players on it. Now, mind you, it's 2 players that we really, really need out there, in my opinion. But I'm glad it's not any more of them. Glad it's not any more. Hold on one second. Oh, and Flame, I'm sorry. Thank you for the $5 super chat. The problem is we keep making lateral moves on defense to improve this offense for Bryce. That is the real problem. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And thank you for another one, Flame. He said the question is, why did Tepper block Evero from leaving? He could have let him. He didn't. Is it the last year of his contract? I don't know. I do not know, but I mean we well I'm wondering if it was a situation where they believed in him, they believed in what he's done before, like in Denver, and they wanted to give it one more try and try to bring in some people to improve. And in your previous comment, people making lateral moves. You got to think too. Um, these defensive players that we're bringing in, I'm pretty sure Evero was like, yeah, I'm sure he signs off. I don't think Dan Morgan goes out there and gets a player and just doesn't tell Evero about it. Everybody's acting like Dan Morgan is picking these players and Evero is sitting at the house, just chilling. It's like, okay, I'll deal with it. He brought in Roseboom. Roseboom played for him. They brought back Nick Scott. Okay, these were Evero's calls. So let's not act like Evero is not the one out here okaying these picks. I'm sure he has to. You know what I mean? But
Facts.
yeah, in terms of Dan got the cheapest options. No, I would say he got the cheapest options. I mean, they did go after like Milton Williams, but the Patriots with their bottomless cap numbers this year just went out and threw some more money at him. I mean, I can't be mad at Williams for that. You know what I mean? We've definitely had more money this offseason than we've had in previous years. And then you think about it, Wharton signed a 3-year, $54 million contract. Morig, I forgot his, but I think his was somewhere up in the 40 or 30,
Three,
40
I
million
think it
dollar.
was like 3 years, 15 million, something like that. I think it's like 17 million a year.
Oh, okay. I was totally wrong about that. My bad. Bobby Brown signed a $21 million contract. So, they went
Mm-hmm.
out there and they spent they spent a little bit
And
of money.
Turk Wharton
Hey,
got the big. I think Turk Wharton got the
yeah, he
biggest
got the
though.
biggest. Yeah, he got the big. Hey,
Mhm.
Cage, man, here we go. Said what the fuck we lying about today? Hold on, and then wait. Said, hey, now he telling the truth today. Hey, I can't stand neither one of y'all, but I love you to death. Appreciate y'all. That is hilarious. No, oh wait, no, he telling the truth today. That is hilarious. All right, but here's our injury report, y'all. And like I said, only two people, but it's two people that the Panthers really need. And like I said, I hope he can get out there this week, and I hope Turk Wharton can go ahead and get on the men fast and get back to playing action. But that really did suck though. I mean, he went out with a concussion, came back, and then went out with a hamstring. And I think it was all in the first half. I was like, God Almighty, like
Mhm.
what? I mean, like, bruh. But we'll see. Okay,
I
the
think
last
Pat.
meeting.
I think.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go
I
ahead,
think
Tone. Go
Pat
ahead.
Jones. I think Pat Jones is going to play tomorrow too.
Yeah, Pat Jones was on the injury report. Pat Jones is on the injury report, but he is off of it. So yeah, everybody should be good to go. Him, Renfrow, and all of them. Only two. Icky's the question, and Turk Warden is out. Yep. Okay, so
Okay.
the last meeting that we had, now we won. Okay, we won. Now, mind you, I will say this. It shouldn't have went to overtime. Okay. We took the lead late in the game, and but seemed to be a theme, excuse me, in a lot of our wins last year. We would take the lead late. Well, not a lot of our wins, but the overtime games that we had. We would take the lead late, and then the defense would let them drive down the field and get a field goal. Now, I will say we did get a little lucky in this one because we won the toss in overtime and punted. Okay. Kyler Murray and the offense for the Cardinals got the ball back, and the defense stepped up and they punted. Then we got the ball back, Chuba, two plays in the end zone. Okay. And if all of you remember his game winning play, the touchdown where he ran over one of the Cardinals defenders or ran through two of them and high stepped into the end zone. Okay. Let me see. Lo, so I keep seeing you put these in the chat, man. Let me tell you. Yeah, nah, I'm not I'm not that far yet, dog. I'm not that far yet. Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But with the last game now, a few things to point out. Okay, Kyler Murray had 202 yards passing. Bryce had 158. Connor had 117 by himself. The Cardinals, again, like most teams have been doing on us for the past 10, 12 games, the Cardinals ran for 200 yards. If I'm not mistaken, the Panthers have given up 200 yards rushing in, I think, at least 10 straight games. At least, at
Yeah, I
least
think
10
so.
straight games. Yeah, it might be more. Okay, it might be more. Connor was their leading receiver, and Adam Thielen was ours. Connor had 49, Thielen had 43. We had let me see, our leaders in sacks, one sack apiece for Ashawn Robinson and whoever K White is, the linebacker. Let me see, Jacoby Wyndham, who played that game, had 8 tackles, and Thompson for the Cardinals had 10. We outpaced the Cardinals in total yards, okay, but I do believe a lot of that is from that last possession overtime. Um, we won the turnover battle. Cardinals had 2 turnovers. We had none. Um, they had 1 more first down than us. 2 more penalties. We were tied as far as how many third downs we got. We were 2 for 2 on fourth down, 3 out of 4 in the red zone, and the time of possession was basically even. It was only a difference of about 6 seconds. Okay, so a pretty even game that I feel like shouldn't have gone down to the wire like that. Really think it shouldn't have gone to overtime, but it did, and we were able to come out with the victory. Okay, and Flame for Jesus, thank you for another $5 super chat. I remember when Bryce said he couldn't throw going to his left on John Gruden's podcast. He also said he wasn't much on footwork. Hmm. Okay, I did not hear that, but yeah, yeah, that's yeah, he got yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but yeah, footwork is everything for a quarterback. Footwork, and my thing is, if you can't throw the or going to your left, hey, you better figure out a
And I
way
don't
to.
think, yeah. Well, I ain't never heard nobody say that. I think that would have been a hot take for a lot of people on ESPN and Get Up or whatever for
Yeah.
Bryce Young to say that he can't throw to his left when I've seen him throw to his left plenty of times. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Flame, tell me where I can find that one because I would love to I would love to see it.
Yeah. Seems like we got a little bit of a argument here in the chat. Somebody telling somebody to act the age. I don't know what's
Uh-oh.
going on in there. All right. Let's go ahead and
Uh-oh.
move on. Okay. Keys to victory. All right. First and foremost on this list for me will be stopping the run. Stopping the
I like
run.
that background picture.
Yeah. Hey, Tone, you didn't see the one I had last week for the recap. Remember when I had the piano keys up there? Well, I got a
Yeah.
picture of me sitting at the piano in front of Bank of America Stadium with the piano on fire. So that was the recap. All my keys were burnt to hell, burnt to crisp.
Oh God.
Hey, hold on, look, ain't none of these gonna happen.
Hey,
Oh
if none of
goodness.
these happen, then we definitely have a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
We the we
First and foremost, we got to stop the run. We've got to stop the run. And what I want to do here, okay, so I put out a video yesterday on YouTube, and I want to let me see here. Oh, that is the wrong window. Okay, hold on. What I want to do is I want to share this video right here, but I got to put it in the right tab so it shows properly.
hey,
Okay, so
why you doing that?
go ahead.
You remember last year when me and some other people were like, we shouldn't have wasted that pick on Jonathan Brooks. And you remember who the running back was that we said that we should have if we were going to take a running back, who we should have took instead of Jonathan Brooks? Because me and what's his name from 704? Uh,
Twan,
no, not Quan.
Twan, no
Yeah,
Twan.
Twan. Yeah,
Mm,
Twan. Yes. You Trey Benson, the running back came out of Florida State.
mm,
He's with the Cardinals.
yeah, yeah, doing his thing.
Yeah,
Him and James Conner,
yeah.
doing his thing. Yep.
He averaged 8.5 yards per carry last week. Eight and a
Mm,
half
yeah.
on
Now,
eight
now, now,
carries.
it's funny. It's funny because he had about 69 yards, and I was looking through
Mm-hmm.
some of the film from that game. 50 of it came on one play, and it made me think
Yeah.
about Evero. Made me think about Evero, and I put out a video. Y'all check it out, and a whole short, and agree or disagree. And the thing was, Evero was like, we were very efficient against the run. It was just that one play, you know. And my thing is this: I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I disagree because it's not like I understand if if ETN wouldn't have had that 71-yard play, they still would have had 130 yards rushing. You get what I'm saying? It's like, don't act
Yeah.
like it because it was one play that all 200 of those yards didn't count. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing that
Right.
gets me. Just because somebody has 112 yards rushing, but 70 of it came on one play. My thing with a lot of people is like, don't act like that. It doesn't matter. The rushing total doesn't matter because most of it came on one play. My thing is, hell, that 70-yard run, you know what it led to? It led to them scoring a touchdown. You get what I'm saying? So my
You're
thing is,
exactly
it's
right.
not like these rushing yards, those ones that came in the big play are irrelevant because you did good for the rest of the rushing yards. Nah, that's the one thing I can't stand, and I just can't get with. Okay, but I got stop the run and I got gap control. And Tony, what I want to put up here real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so this is a clip that I did yesterday. All right. And we saw a lot of Liam Cohen. He got that zone blocking scheme that he brought with him from Tampa Bay, right? All right. So you saw a lot of this
Mhm.
last week. Guards pulling, tight ends coming across the line of scrimmage, across the formation, and trying to clip that the edge rusher, the outside linebacker, defensive end, to try and help the running backs, you know, uh trying to make the cutback better was what I got from it. All right. Um, but I think you're going to see the same thing from the Cardinals. And when I started looking at a lot of these plays, there was always somebody pulling, a guard pulling, a tight end coming across the formation, things like that. So I think we're going to see some of the same stuff this week right here. But the one thing I did do, okay, so I'm gonna let this play. And the one thing that really got me, and I hate to give the Saints credit, on defense, but and let me. Oh, here we go. It'll come up in a second. Okay, so you see number 74 there is going to pull. All right, and then you're going to have the tight end number 84 right there. He's also Murray's going to motion him to go across the formation right before he snaps the ball. All right, but my thing with this is okay. The Saints are in a 3-4 set. Okay, they run a 3-4 defense. Now, mind you, this set right here, you see this from time to time with Evero, but for most of the game, he is not in this set right here. And the thing I like about this, and I preach this, gap control, gap control, gap control, because you got Demario Davis right here, whoever the hell number 20 is, and whoever the hell number 96 is. All right. But my thing is,
Number
look,
20
look,
is
look.
that linebacker from Ohio's. He used to Pete Warner played at Ohio
Ah,
State.
okay, hold on. Let me go here. And oh no, went too far. That is me. My bad. Okay. So my thing is, look at the linebackers here. Look at number 96. Okay. He stays where he's supposed to be. All right. He is preventing
Mm-hmm.
the cutback. All right. Number 20, he comes down and he's coming down on the blitz. And I think number 72 was going to go over to try to help block whoever 73 is blocking, but he tried to get a hand on him at the last second. But look at Demario Davis. Where's Demario Davis? He's going down here and he's going to his assignment. Okay.
He going to
Now, when
meet
the
him in the kitchen.
yeah, but what happens is, okay, number 70 is coming out, but Demario Davis realizes, okay, Connor's got the ball. This play is going to my right. All right. So what I like about what
Mm-hmm.
he does is he slides down the offensive
Scrape,
line. Look at him. Yeah.
scrape
He
over the
slide
top.
scrape over the top. And my thing is, and then look, the cornerback. Okay, the cornerback in this
Mm-hmm.
play, he recognizes this and then shoots down. All right. And I said
Cut
this
off
in the
man.
video. Yeah. The number 17, if and on the other side of it, number 17 just runs right past him. I mean, he runs right past him. I was like, okay, I don't know if that was part of Arizona's play calling or what, shit, whatever. All
That
right.
probably wasn't
But
his
when
man. That probably
it
wasn't
it
his man.
yeah, because he went straight for that safety back there. I can't remember what the name of what his
Mm-hmm.
number was. All right, but when this play goes, now my thing is this. Now that receiver comes up, makes a play, slows James Conner down, but then slow him down. Now, mind you, James Conner is going to throw him into the dirt, but look who's right there. Look who's right there. to be able to make a play on the
Mm-hmm.
ball. What's his name? Demario Davis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, gap control, gap control, gap control. I hate, I hate to give the Saints credit. Okay. And it wasn't like that for the entire game. They did run multiple formations, kind of like Evero does. You know what I mean? But my thing is when you have people that know where they're supposed to be and are there, and that's my thing. It's not like these linebackers are completely clueless. I don't think they are, but something has to be done. I don't know if it's more film room. I don't know if they need more practice with it, or what. But these linebackers have got to be in these gaps and controlling their lanes. You know what I mean? Like I said, the responsibility of tackling these guys is way too much on our safety. If you look at that last game, those running backs, they were getting past our D line, they were getting past our linebackers, Merrick, Scott, and whoever else was back there, Ransom. They were always the ones, not always, but for the majority. Okay, for the majority of the game, they were the ones that ended up making the tackle, and that's not how that should be.
When
Yeah,
when your safety is the leading tackle. I'm sorry. When your safety is leading the defense in tackles, you have a problem.
yeah,
You have a
yeah.
problem. Your
Mm-hmm.
safety should never lead your team in tackle.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
Never.
I feel you.
So
I feel you.
the
But yeah,
car to my Miss Amy Tony.
All right, and King Jermaine, and that was a good play. That was a good play by the Saints. And like I said, I put that out there because I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm like, well, and I know it could be done. I know it could be done, but I'm like, this is the team that we're playing this week. It's just like, hey, I hope everyone and them got a hold of this tape because I was watching Dunk, and shout out to Unnecessary Bluntness, and I was watching his take on it, and he showed a couple clips where well he explained what he thought the scheme for the Panthers was. Okay, and it was like they were loading up on one side of the line, and then whoever was coming back to for the cutback, for whoever was pulling guard or tight end,
Yeah.
the defensive, I'm sorry, the outside linebacker was crashing, on that tight end, just putting the shoulder on time, trying to tackle and whatever. And then you had Merrick
Hmm.
or whoever was there to try and fill that gap up. But what kept happening is, Merrick and them were coming down there, Nick Scott or whoever, and they were still getting, juked out of their shoes. On the play where he had that 71-yard run, the same thing happens. Tight end comes back. DJ Warnham hits him, just kind of lays him out. But the thing was, Trayvon Merrick took a step to the right as Travis Etienne was coming towards him, but then Travis Etienne put his left foot in the ground, went back to his left, jumped over, mind you. DJ Warnham knocked the tight end right in front of Travis Hunter. I mean Travis Etienne. He jumped over his tight end, took off. He saw Nick Scott. Let me say, he probably saw Nick Scott and was like, yeah, it's about to be a bad day for you, homie." And Nick Scott made his attempt to make a tackle, and then he was gone. And I will say this: shout out to Roseboom on the play, because if it wasn't for him, that would have been a touchdown. Because Trevin Wallace was running down the play, and they had him turned all the way around, and you could see it in the clip. He's like he didn't know where he was, and Roseboom just comes flying. That's one thing I will say about Christian Roseboom. Christian Roseboom is point and click. If he sees something, he's gone. He's going to run straight to it. He's going to make a tackle. Now, him
Hmm.
having that green dot, I don't know how well he's communicating everything with everybody out there. It didn't look like it was going very well in Jacksonville, but we'll see. But one thing I will give him credit for, I mean, he when he diagnoses a play, when he has a beeline to whoever has the ball, that man will go and make a play. I will give him credit for that. I definitely give him credit for that. But as a whole, yeah, no. But yeah, but like I
Yeah.
said, gap control, gap control, gap control. And here look at Doug. What's up, Doug? He said, "Ooh, the game back again. Let's go. Too fast forever." What's going on with you, Doug?
What's up, Doug?
All right. The next key, okay, contain Kyler Murray. All right. Now, I don't know if Evero will be the person to maybe leave a spy, especially on third downs, as somebody to kind of watch Kyler Murray and try to keep him behind the line of scrimmage or try to keep him from getting to the sticks. All right. You know, from what I've seen from the Panthers, I mean, shoot, even if they do, can they make the tackle? Okay. We saw Trevor Lawrence
Mhm.
run for a good little bit last week. And my thing is, you know, Kyler Murray can run. Okay, I think he's probably a better runner than Trevor Lawrence. He's a little shiftier, got some moves, and he's faster than Trevor Lawrence as well. Um, so I'm hoping that somehow, some way that they'll be able to contain Kyler Murray. Okay. Now Tom, I'm gonna ask you this one. I put the ball in play. And what I mean by this one is, okay, Bryce, if you have a clean pocket and you have somebody, a receiver that has a man beat, my God, put the ball in play. Okay. I can understand, you know, T
Mhm.
Mac, you throw it up there to him, he'll go make a play. But like with Hunter Renfrow and some of these guys, if they are wide open like he was last week, you've got to get him the ball. And that's what I mean by put the ball in play. Um, you know, I think that one thing he did was he locked on to some of his targets a little too early. I don't think he went through his progressions enough in some of those plays in that game. Like I said, but that's just my opinion. Well, what do you think, Tom?
Well, as far as containing
Him putting
Kyler
the
Murray,
ball. No, I'm sorry.
I mean putting the ball in
Well,
play.
yeah, well, either one. Either one. I went through two of them there. You give me your thoughts on both of them.
Well, I think we can contain Kyler Murray. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping. I believe we have the players to. Whether they do it or not, that's a different thing. Cause I think we did an okay job last year containing Kyler Murray. Like he didn't get out and run crazy on us last year. He did have that one run in the fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
to get a first down. But for the most part, I thought that we kept him in the pocket because that was the game plan. Don't um don't get outside your rushing lanes. Don't rush too far upfield. Squeeze him to the inside and don't give him much room to navigate, to try to do something different. Um Put the ball in play. Yeah, I just want to see them make better decisions. Like last week, I think there were times where Bryce could have just tuck it and ran it, get 2 or 3 yards and slide because any yards is better than no yards. You know what I mean? Like you trying to
Facts.
force feed the ball into to players when there's a lot of green grass um in front of you where you could just easily picked up some yardage, especially when you're in scoring position. You know what I'm saying? When you in scoring
Mm-hmm.
position from a 30 yards from the 30-yard line on in, that's money field position. That's at least 3 points. That's guaranteeing you at least 3 points. Don't go out there and do
Facts.
anything crazy that you're going to take points off the board. You know what I mean? I understand
Mm-hmm.
take what the defense give you, but you have to be a little smarter and I feel like a little quicker um in some of those decisions. Be decisive. You know what I'm saying? Be more decisive in your decision making. Like you was towards the latter part of last year. He dropped back,
Mm-hmm.
hit that back foot, the ball was coming out.
Yeah.
Hit that back foot, the ball was coming out. I
Yeah.
didn't really see that last week.
Yeah. I feel you. Hey, and shout out to Flame for Jesus for another $5 super chat. My prediction for the year is still 2 to 5 wins. We didn't do enough on defense to compete. I said that before the preseason. I'm still holding out a little bit of hope. My thing is this: if we can go out here tomorrow and turn this thing around and come home with a victory, like I said, my breaking my a lot of people are like, I'm giving them the first 4 games. I'm giving them
Right.
this game against Arizona. Okay, this is going to be my hey. Y'all need to come out here and show me something, or like I said, I said, here, if they go out here and look like they did week one, I'm gonna start doing mock drafts next week. You know, I'm still gonna do previews and stuff, but I'm just like, I'm serious. I'm serious. If we go out here and look like we did this way again this week, for me, it's gonna kind of be over. Not over like not that I'm not gonna root for him. You know, not that I'm not gonna get on here every week and talk about him because let me tell you, I really enjoy getting on here and talking with everybody about them. I'm still going to do that. But as far as me, like, yeah, we gonna go out here and do this. Yeah, we gonna go out here and do that. Yeah, that might be over for me. If they go out here and look this bad 2 weeks in a row, I'm just like, oh, okay. You know what? It is what it is. Let me get on here, have a good time, and joke with everybody. But yeah, we not doing it. So yeah, like I said, this is
Hmm.
this is that game for me. Yeah. Hey, and hold on. King Jermaine said Tony High said he's mighty chill today.
Why I gotta be high? You know what I'm saying? Why can I just be chill? You know? Hey,
Oh God.
everything pie,
Yeah.
everything easy. I can't complain,
Yeah,
you
man, I
know.
got you. But that was funny. All right. Manage the play clock and snap the ball right. I got both of these on here, but I think they're pretty much one and the same. Okay. We saw a lot last week. The clock was always running down to zero, and Bryce, clapping, trying to get the snap off.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, he
Austin
was.
Corbett, Austin Corbett was snapping the ball to the left, to the right, high. And I know a lot of people going to say, well, the Bryce was about 6'4", a lot of those passes wouldn't have been high. And I mean, and I agree with you. I agree, but he's not.
They ain't got
He's
nothing to
not.
do.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
they ain't got nothing to do with his height. Now, Austin
no, I'm
Corbett
just saying.
is
I know what
just
I know
snap.
what I know what they're gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Austin Court was snapping the ball all over the place. I don't know if the play call was getting in there quick enough, what was going on. Like I mentioned earlier, that one play, um, Bryce he picked his knee up for Lewis to hit Corbett and snap the ball, and then all of a sudden Bryce looked like he wanted to change the play real quick, or he saw something, but by then it was too late. It was absolutely too late, and Corbett had snapped the
Right.
ball. Now, mind you, he got the ball, got the snap off, got the playoff or whatever. But my thing is this, like I said, self-inflicting wounds because we didn't see this. Even though we went off the 0-2 start last year, we didn't see these type of issues with the snap and with Corbett snapping the ball, all over the place. So that's why I got these two
Hmm.
things on here. That's one thing they got to do. And my thing is quit running the play clock all the way down. My thing is Bryce needs to get out. He needs to get the play, get everybody out to the line of scrimmage, and then sit there and diagnose it. One thing, diagnose his play, then get the snap. But my thing is still have enough time on the clock, where you're not panicking at the last second trying to get trying to beat the play clock. Okay. So that's my thoughts on that. But
Yeah.
what did you see as far as any of that, Tony?
Well, it was definitely getting the plays in quicker because a lot of times you seen Bryce standing outside of the huddle looking towards the sideline, and at
Mm-hmm.
17, 16, and 15 seconds, he just now getting the play in. Well, the mic cuts off. The communication between the
Mm-hmm.
play caller and the quarterback, the mic cuts off at 15 seconds. So now
Mm-hmm.
you got to get in the huddle, call the play, get to the line of scrimmage, do your pre-snap reads. Next thing you know, now you're looking at 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, I think Austin Corbett was. I think there was too much chatter. Amongst the line of scrimmage, pointing out where the Mike linebacker is and who got who. Like that needs to be cleaned up a little more. They need to be a little more precise with managing the play clock. But a lot of it will be helped if Canales will get the plays in a lot quicker. I watched a little bit of Cleveland. I forgot who they played, but no, not Cleveland. Yeah, it was Cleveland. I forgot who they played, but not Kevin O'Connell. Kevin Stefanski. Like as soon as one play was over, he already calling the next play. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Already
Yeah.
calling the next play. It ain't no waiting 10, 15 seconds to try to figure out what he wants to call. He already know what he's going to call. Oh, 2nd and 7. Boom. Look at his sheet. See what he got for second and 6, 7. Boom. Call one of the plays. Is it 3rd and 2? Okay. Let me go to my third and short play call sheet. What I got? Okay. Boom. Call it and be done with it. Give your
Mhm.
quarterback time to operate, to get a look at the defense, and everything goes smoothly so it doesn't be rushed. And
Yeah.
snapping the ball right. Like I didn't see none of this last year. I don't recall seeing any of this last year where Austin Corbett was snapping the ball high to the right and high to the left and stuff like that. But they that's something that they can fix, that they can clean up. And I'm pretty sure that they'll get better at it. But there was times Sunday where I saw Austin Corbett looking like dumpster juice trash, like missing blocks. You know what I'm saying? Looking stiff out
Yeah.
there. And I'm like, my God, where's K Mays? You know what I'm saying? Where's K Mays, dog?
And we sat here last year, and let me tell you, I think both of us, we were like, Austin Corbett, guard the center. We were like, what are y'all doing, Carolina? And then the first few games, we were like, I bet, he out there doing good. And he got hurt. I'm like, okay, cool. You back healthy this year. Like, my thing is like, don't get out there and flip the script. Don't be healthy and playing trash. Then last year you played good, then
Mhm.
you got hurt. Like, don't do that this year. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
So
also
those are go ahead.
one one other thing I would like to see them do, and it kind of goes along the line of the manage the play clock. I like
Hmm.
to see them run a little bit more tempo. Cause that's when Bryce is at his best, is when they run the tempo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not huddling up after every play. Call the play in while they moving the chains or spotting the ball where they gotta do, and get some tempo going.
facts. I agree. I agree. Yeah, because they were moving the ball when they went to the little no huddle set a few times. They were moving the ball down the field.
Right.
That one drive they got going, and then that's when on like I think three three plays in a row. You had the oh goodness, it was XL missed the catch. T Mac caught a ball, and then Corbett was illegal man downfield. He got that called on him, and then that just that just ruined that drive. And I don't know if that was the one
Mhm.
that no, that wasn't the one that led to the pick, but I don't even think that one led to a field goal. Though I think they punted. But yeah, so all right, well, let's go ahead and move on. Those are the keys to victory, and hopefully Monday I don't have to bring out the burning piano again. But we'll see. We'll see.
Just
Okay,
pour some
enemy
pour some
spotlight.
hot just pour some hot lava on the key lock.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hey, enemy spotlight. I know they got Kyler Murray. I know they got Marvin Harris. I know they got Trey McBride. But this is just like I did last week. Look at these jokers in this picture. Okay, look at them. Look at them. All right, Trey Benson and James Conner. Okay, if the Panthers can do something to limit these guys. I'm not asking for you to shut them down completely, which would be nice. Which would be nice. I would love to see it, but I don't think that's going to happen. But they got to be able to limit the plays from these two right here. We have to make Kyler Murray win this game with his legs and I'm sorry, with his arm and with his scrambles. Okay. If we can hone in on that, I do think that we have a shot. But if these guys are getting 3 to 4, oh, sorry, not even 3 to 4, 4 to 5 yards every time they touch the ball and then break off a big play here and there, it's going to be some of the same old, same old. Okay. So these two are my
Mhm.
enemy spotlight. Tony, what are your thoughts?
No, I'm with you on that because, like we always said, the NFL is a copycat league. So,
Facts.
what has been success against you, the next opponent is going to try to mimic the same thing. So yeah, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a heavy dose of James Conner and Trey Benson this weekend, and then you have to factor in what Kyler Murray would do to you with his legs if you don't hold containment, if you're not gap sound, if you're not disciplined, if you're not wrapping up when you tackle, because whiffing and missing tackles and all this shoulder bumping and all that kind of stuff, Nah, them two dudes right there, they'll make you pay for it. Please
Sure
believe they'll
will.
make you pay for it.
Sure will. Sure will. Let me see. We need to put Connor out again as well. Well, I ain't wishing for nobody to get hurt, but if we can make him miss most of the game, he'd be all right for next week. I'm not gonna be opposed to that. Hey, shout out to
Right.
Will Robinson, 843 for the $5 super chat. We had so many issues last week. It's hard to place blame on one or two issues. I don't think the coaches had them ready to play. Facts, facts. Like I
Yeah, I agree
always
with
say,
you on that one, Will.
I will never be that person to blame one person for all of this mess. Okay. I'm not going to put the blames of the offense on Evero. I'm not going to put the blames of the defense on Canales. You know what I mean, and things like that. But it was a lot of issues. But the thing was, who was it? Brad Izzy. Okay, I put out another clip of him. He said that the reps that they got in the preseason games, added, and you add that to the reps that they got in the joint practices with Houston and Cleveland. Okay, he said they saw enough. They thought they were ready to go. They thought they were good enough. The what was it, the tempo or something? He said I gotta go back and look at it.
Yeah.
But he said that he said he felt like the tempo was right and they were ready to go. Okay, um no, no. That offense looked like it was, and like I said, mind you, like you said, Tony, it's a copycat league, and everybody has gotten to this point where it's just like, okay, we're going to play our starters for one or two drives, and then we're going to get them out the game. Next game, play our starters for one or two drives, we're going to get them out the game. I understand that you don't want to take the risk of getting people hurt, but at the same time, if your players need reps, your players need reps. Okay. And it is clear
Mhm.
and apparent that these players on this team needed some more live game time reps before this season started. Okay. Now, mind you,
Right.
I'm hoping to the good Lord above that this game in Jacksonville was enough to jumpstart them. Like, okay, well, cool. We weren't ready last week. We're gonna be ready this week. I hope that's the case. I really do. But it was clear. It was clear that these guys were not ready. They were not ready offensively, and they were not ready defensively. And I don't know if how they practice. And like I said, we didn't get to see training camp this year. But yeah, it was just it was frustrating. It was just completely frustrating. And like I said, my thing is on the offensive side of the ball. Um, I think a lot of the things that happened to them are hopefully easily correctable. The snap, running down the play clock, isn't that third? The protection sometimes
Right.
on the offensive line. I think that can be corrected. I think the biggest of these issues, okay, it's still got to be Bryce. I think he's the biggest of these issues. And I say that because when guys are open, he gotta hit them. He's gotta hit them. Because my thing is the Panthers, for me, the Panthers can't go 0-2. Okay. They absolutely, in my opinion, cannot go 0-2. They really can't. All right. And he's
Right.
got to, my thing as a quarterback, I've never played quarterback, but as a quarterback, when you got protection in the pocket and you got a receiver open, you've got to make those plays. You've got to make those plays. And I'm not saying every quarterback has made a perfect pass to every wide receiver when they were wide open in the history of football. I know that's not the case. But week one, when your opportunities are there, you got to take advantage of them. I just don't want this to be another
Right.
season where we start taking advantage of the opportunities in week 10. You know what I mean? That's my only thing. But shout out to Will Robinson for the super chat, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
Appreciate it, Will.
Okay. All right. Anything else on the two running backs here, Tone?
No, no.
All
I
right.
I just hope they one have a back injury and one just pull a slight hamstring and you know yeah.
And of course, they're ready to go next week for the rest of the season when they're not playing us.
Right, right, yeah.
Look, don't want to put no bad vibes out there for the team.
Yeah, I
All
don't want
right.
them out too long. Just don't need to be there tomorrow. That's
There you
yeah.
go. I got you. All right. Panther Spotlight.
Oh my
Will
God.
these two step up? As I said, I had a slide on. Will these two step up.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
I
Tone.
can't help
I'll let
it.
you go first on this.
No,
Go ahead, buddy.
I don't want to go. I don't even.
Okay, I got you. All right, I got you. Hey, real quick, shout out to Will for another super chat, man. Said big fact CJ BY9 got to hit the open man. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. SC Panther Boy said we stopped dancing and playing around and having talent shows at practice. Maybe we can do something. I did put out a short. I put out a short the other day, and Carolina Blitz. Shout out to Vashton Carolina Blitz. They had oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I have that on my computer. Wait a minute. I know I do have the clip. Hold on one second. But they had a clip of the Panthers out there just kind of you know chilling. All right, hold on. Here it is. Okay, and I know I'm getting off track, but they out there doing this, and then Bryce Young, whoever that is, and then look at Andy Dalton. And I was like, I said, we just lost 26-10. I was like, what? I said, what is going on out there? I'm sitting there like it's like they were
So
out there playing hype me up, hype me up.
so what? Again, like I don't try to like beat them over the head over one
I
game. Like what
I
are
got
they
you.
supposed to do? You don't want the team morale to be
Mm-hmm.
down. You don't want to see them walking on the field. Ain't nobody speaking nobody. Ain't nobody giving nobody no dap. You
Mm-hmm.
know. I mean, it was one game. Yes, we got our ass beat, but it's not like we went out and got beat by 30 points or more.
Mm-hmm.
There were other teams that are expected to be in the playoffs this year. The Detroit Lions got curb stomped.
Ooh, boy,
Okay,
yeah.
they got curb stomped. You know, but I promise you, they not panicking. I promise you, they ain't tripping because they see their quarterback and they a few people on the field. The next day having a good time or trying to keep the morale high. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see no problem with that.
No. And my thing is, and Big Walk, thank you for the comment. He said y'all want them to be doom and gloom over one game. No, I don't want them to be
Exactly,
doom and
Walt.
gloom. Yeah, I don't want them to be doom and gloom. But on the other hand, as well, if this is what I'm seeing in practice, I need to see something out there on the field come Sunday. I think that was my whole thing with this clip. If they're out there having, and I understand they're practicing, they're having a good time. I get that, and I'm not against that at all. But my thing is this: if we see this during the week, and I know they were out there practicing, this was just one clip from the Carolina Blitz card. Okay. But I want to see this translate into, and my thing is I don't want them to lose Sunday, but if they do lose, I want to see improvement. I want it to be because Arizona went out there and played a perfect game and we just couldn't, keep up or anything like that. I just want to see this happiness that they have in practice, this camaraderie. My thing is, it looked like Andy Dalton went to the strip club, and I mean, it done tore down so many in Charlotte. I don't even know which ones are left anymore. You know what I mean? But it looked like, somebody was up on stage and, and he was just out there. He wasn't gonna do this in practice, but he had his hands up
Nah.
and he was doing like this. What I don't know where he went, but I was just like, well, damn, Andy,
he
like, well, okay.
he he called he called Doug and they Doug picked him up at the airport in Dallas and they went down Harry Hines. That's all it was.
But yeah, man, I don't have a problem with it. I call a lot of flack on this on the YouTube comments. I don't have a problem with the camaraderie. I don't have a problem with them having a good time. And I put in the thing I said. I see they're over this already, over Sunday already. And I'm glad they are. My thing is this. Like I said, I just want to see this translate into Sunday, and they go out there,
Hmm.
and I just know me. I just know me. After what happened last week, I would probably be just I know I laugh and joke on here all the time, but when it comes to things of work, and I know my work is different than theirs, but if something like that happened, it wouldn't be a whole lot of this from me, the next week. And like I said, and I'm 43. I'm hey, I'm getting to that point where everybody calls me an old man
Ooh,
and all that good
old head,
stuff.
old head.
Yeah, oh yeah, old ass mother. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't mind it, but like I want to, I don't want to see this, and then we go out here Sunday and lose. I think that was my thing. But yeah,
Right.
I get you. Yeah. All right, but real quick, hey, shout out to Flame for Jesus for the $20 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I remember everyone falling for Bryce for good backup numbers last year. I will never forget that. He has averaged 171 yards a game through 29 games. In 3 wins last year, he had 126, 171, and 158 yards. And this is true. And you mentioned that on my last live about him having backup numbers. But my thing is, he could hell. Trevor Lawrence had backup numbers Sunday, and they won. Okay, if you go through the NFL this week, there were a lot of teams out there that had quarterbacks with backup numbers that won, but they played complementary football, running game, defense, special teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, yes,
Cause
we want to see Bryce go out there and get more yards every game. That's not a question. But my thing is this: if he goes out there, if he's doing what he needs to do, not turning the ball over, the running game is clicking, the defense is, and mind you, and like last year, that's why we said we fell in love with backup numbers. We liked the improvement. We were happy with the improvement because the defense was still ass juice. Okay, the defense was still
mhm.
ass. They went out there, offense did what they could do, and they kept it close. Okay, and they kept it close. Oh crap! Oh, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. They kept it close, and we were able to, be in it in games late in games, and then the defense just kind of squandered it away.
Yeah.
In some of them. Okay,
I
but
mean,
again, Flame for Jesus, thank you for a $20 super chat. Go ahead, Tom.
I would say Calamari had 163 yards last week.
Yeah, and they won. You know, and they
Yeah.
won. Yep. So I mean, but they were playing the Aints with, and somebody tell me this: is it Tyler? I know Spencer Rattler is the starter. Is it Tyler Show or is it Tyler Shuck? Because I keep hearing people saying Tyler Shuck.
I've always thought it was Shuck. That's how I've heard announcers pronounce it when he was in college.
Oh, maybe I read that
Yeah.
wrong. I thought it was Show, like Shough or something like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have to let me know. Thank you for super chat, Flame. Say you're 43. I thought you were younger than me. Nah, man. I got some good genes from my mom and pops. Thankfully. But yeah, nah, I'm 43. I just turned 43 a couple weeks ago. Yep, yeah. I'm old now, dog. And it's so funny because my kids be looking at me and they be like, and I'm like, you know what? Shut up. But all right, but back to this. Will they step up? Me personally, I hope so. I hope so. Because like I said, when it comes to the run game, they are a major factor in this. And as you see in a lot of these plays, they are nowhere to be found. Their gap control is pathetic. I ain't gonna say at times, it's pathetic most of the time. Trevor Wallace at times looks like he's confused, and now I ain't gonna sit here and say he shouldn't be out there, but sometimes he looks like he shouldn't really be out there. And we talked about this earlier, how the Panthers were banking on Josie Jewell being the leader of this wide receiver room. Okay, they're banking on Josie Jewell to be the leader, and it didn't happen like that. And my only issue with that is, if they knew about this throughout the offseason and all they did was bring in Christian Roseboom, then you know what? This is kind of one of those this is what you get situation. Okay? This is what you put into it, this is what you get out of it. If it was a situation where it was the last minute Josie Jewell was said, you know what, I gotta go because this and this, that's one thing. But even still though, I think they could have still gone out, and potentially look for somebody else to come in and help this room as well. I know we did get Bam Martin Scott as an undrafted free agent. He did make the team, but I don't even know if he played a snap last week. And I know SC Pace Ford put in a comment earlier talking about Dave Canales saying he hoped to get the younger players in, and he was like, but he's the head coach. And I do agree with that. If he wants the younger players to play, then shoot, you go to Evero and say, hey, this is what I need to happen. Now, mind you,
Hmm.
I'm sure Evero would be like, well, this is what's going on. This is why I'm doing this. But at the end of the day, you are the head coach. If you do want to see your younger players get more snaps, I think that should be the way it goes. At this point, the way things are going, it's one thing if we were out there and we were getting to the quarterback, we were getting sacks, and everything was going good with the same amount of snaps that Nick scored and Princely are getting or whatever. And it's like, hey, okay, we know maybe get them in a little more. But my thing is, we're not getting to the quarterback, we're not getting no pressure, no sacks or anything. What the hell is it going to hurt to throw these younger guys in there and see what they can do? Okay, get a Cam Jackson in there on third and short or something and see what that young man can do. What is he telling, like 6'5", 330, 340, something
Six,
like that.
Cam Jackson 6'6", 330.
Mm,
Yeah. Six six
get
three
him.
thirty. I could not believe that he was inactive last week. That should have been that was like my first sign. You know how like in relationships and marriages and whatever, when you're dating or whatever, and you see that stop sign, somebody something happens where you see that red light and you're like, I need to stop. That red light telling me something right now. Like I knew
Mm,
something was up when I saw that he was a healthy scratch. And I was like, that to me made no sense. I need all my big bodies up front. The
yeah.
trenches is where it starts and where it ends. Period.
Yep. So is. Hey, and
What's
everybody,
up,
yeah,
Biggie?
shout out to Flame for Jesus, man. Shout out to Flame. Yeah. Let me tell you, Flame, like who was Romac said, Flame be lighting that screen everywhere he go. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And trust me, Flame, all of us content creators, we greatly appreciate you, big dog. Greatly appreciate you. Oh, and Doug said, wide receiver room. I don't know. He was replying to somebody, but you know what else surprised me too was Jimmy Horn didn't dress.
No,
Jimmy Horn Jr.
I
didn't
ain't
dress.
surprised. I ain't
Why not?
surprised.
Talk to me.
What I said it to you before, CJ. What
Mm-hmm.
has Jimmy Horn showed you in the preseason that he deserves to be out there? A lot
Well,
of
to
people
be honest with
practice
you,
good.
he didn't play. He
Uh,
really didn't
okay,
play.
so my question, my response to that is there has to be something that they have seen in
Mm-hmm.
practice to make them feel like he's not ready just yet. I watched every Colorado game for the past 2 years, including the debacle last night. If you go back and you look at Jimmy Horn's production, he may have had 1 to 2 games a year where he just balled out, and then the rest of the year he disappeared. And the way they were throwing the ball around in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
other receivers were eating, getting catches, scoring touchdowns, whatever. Like I love Jimmy Horn. I think he's going to be a good player. I just don't think that he's ready quite yet. I just don't think he's ready quite yet. And if Carolina is going to go with 4 to maybe 5 receivers, you know, on a consistent basis, he doesn't fit in that 5-man rotation right now. That's just my personal opinion. Watching him throughout college, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
watched every game since he came to Colorado. So what I'm speaking about is not something that I just know because he just got drafted by Carolina. Like I watched every game this guy has played. He has speed, and yes,
Mm-hmm.
he can be elusive, but just like that problem that you had about CMC, you touch him with a fingernail and he go down. Jimmy Horn would not break no tackles. He doesn't have the strength or the size to get out there and to break tackles and do his thing. I'm like, I get it. I understand why everybody is on that bandwagon, but I promise you, if you went back and just looked at tape and
Mm-hmm.
watched him play, you'll see what I'm saying. That's
Okay, I
all.
got you. Hey, and Dub, let me tell you this again, like I told you on Quan's podcast the other night. Hey, turn them caps off, dog, when you talk to me. Turn them damn caps off, okay? I think I said wide receiver when I meant to say linebacker. My bad. But turn them damn caps off, man. I will fly down there and come knock on your front door. I know where you stay at.
Yeah. I can't even say he's a poor man Ted Ginn. Like
Mm,
Jimmy is more quick than he is fast. Don't
mm,
let people act like Jimmy Horn out here running 4.2, low 4.3s or something. Jimmy Horn is a 4.4, the 4.45 type of wide receiver. That's what he ran at the pro day. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? He ran a
yeah,
4.4 flat, and then I think he ran like a 4.46. Him and LeJounte Wester had the same fastest time. It's not like he's not that blazing speed. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just running past people. He's just not that dude.
yeah. I got you. Okay. Well, all I know is all I know is this. If they showed him something in practice that means that he doesn't need to be out there, I need them to have that same set of eyes that's on Jimmy Horn on Nick Scott on the defense.
I
That's
agree.
that.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Boy,
I
let me tell
1,000%
you.
agree.
Hey, shout out to for Panthers fans only. Dylan said we in Arizona, fellas. Panthers dub low. Okay, all right, gotcha. Hey, look, I'll be on the lookout, man. I'll be on the lookout. Hey, shout out to you, Roadmaster, man. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you. Oh, that's right. I'll be in the city next week. Not worried at all, man. Let me tell you, boy. Hey, ooh, that's right. That's right. Okay, all right. Yeah, ass whooping loading. All right, I'm gonna make sure I catch that on my meta glasses. Shout out to Null Creations for the birthday present.
Nah, he talking about he talking about
The Falcons
Queen
game.
City is strip city.
Nah, he talking about the Queen City.
Oh, oh, okay.
He
I was
talking
just
about the
wondering.
Queen City. All right, so let's get back to this. I know I got off topic, y'all. I'm sorry, but these two right here, we got to see more out of them. We've got to see we got to see more
Gotta
discipline
see it.
out of them. Okay, they need to be exactly where they are supposed to be. And it's too many times they're out of position. What I mean, like I said, they it's especially Trevor Wallace. Okay, especially Trevor Wallace. I'll give Roseboom a little bit more credit than Wallace, but still as a whole they've got to step it up. They've got to step it up. So but we'll see. That's gonna be my spotlight for the Panthers this week. And hopefully I hope come next Wednesday I can make another film breakdown and hopefully be giving these guys some props instead of a film breakdown where I'm like, here we go again. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. Let me
Yeah.
see. Nick Scott dancing. I said we finna have Charlotte on fire next Saturday. Yes, sir. Dust said,
Look at
Tony, I
that.
give you a call when I hit Harry Hines up later. I just made it back to DFW. Boy, let me tell you. Hey, let me tell
Uh,
you, boy, Doug been all over the place, man. Shout out to Doug and them
tell
frequent flyer miles, bro.
tell Doug I hear Mockingbird and 30 popping right about now.
Oh Lord, I don't know what that is. I
Yeah. He know what I'm talking about when I say
I got
Mockingbird and 30.
mm, I got you. All right. One more here. Before we get to the predictions. Okay, Tony. Do you think this game Sunday is a must win? Are we in must win territory already for the Panthers?
I would say yes. And the
Okay.
reason I say that is because given the recent history of the Panthers and all that they've been through, they need to show that the improvements that Bryce and the rest of the team made towards the last 8 to 10 games last year, especially
Mm-hmm.
the last 3 or 4 games, they need to see they need to let Panther fans know that that wasn't a fluke. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you came out week 1, bumped your head, or whatever the case may be. Now go back to the drawing board, get things together, and let's try to pick. back up where we left off last year. We went and I believe we added some better talent throughout the draft and in free agency. And
Mhm.
so a lot of areas where I felt like we were weak in last year, there's still some weaknesses, but not
Yeah.
as much in my opinion. And we just need to get healthy. It's crazy that the three defensive linemen that we got in free agency all went out with injuries in week one, which was
Yes.
crazy.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Brown.
I'm just trying.
Oh my God, yo. Hey,
Oh
hey,
my god.
hey, shout out to Fayette now, man. Been member for 3 months. Appreciate you
What's
re-up,
up,
Fayette now.
Fed
Thank you,
now?
thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Doug said, man, just know tequila took good care of me down there, bro. Boy, hey, I feel you, Doug. I feel you, man. Um, me personally, for me, I'm speaking for me on this one. I do think this is a must win for the simple fact that I don't believe the Panthers can afford to go 0-2. Okay. And I know a lot of people might be like, well, it's 0-2. There are a lot of teams that have turned the seasons around after going 0-2. Nothing yet has been shown to me from this Panthers team to make me feel confident in the fact that they can go 0-2 and turn this around for later on in the season. Okay. What this team needs right now, they need all the confidence builders that they can handle. All right. And the biggest one would be a win. Okay. They've got to go out here and they have
Yeah,
got to get this win. They've got to get momentum. This team for the past few years, it's been the same thing. We start the season off strong, or start the season off slow. And then it's like we got to slowly, gradually work ourselves up. And then, okay, cool. We remember how to play football now. My thing is, we've got to get this train rolling from the jump, everybody. We've got to get this thing started early. We can't afford to sit here
right.
season after season. We're sitting here starting off slow. Panther Nation is in the uproar. We cussing each other out, talking shit, this and that and the third. No, the fan base, if for nothing else, the fan base who has poured money into jerseys, hats, t-shirts, season tickets, parking to go down to the stadium, all this good stuff. Whatever you watch the game on, you got to pay for that. Everything that us as fans have poured our money, our time into to support this team, we've got to see something early in the season. Okay. And I know that's not going to happen every single year, but this has been the case for what, Tony, the last 6, 7, 8 years. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
6,
And,
7,
and
8
it's just been pitiful. It's been pitiful. And mind you, like I said, I'm not that person that blames one person for everything. But at the same time, it's getting to the point where it's just like, all right, everybody is going to catch the smoke. I mean, absolutely everybody. I'm still rooting for you every week. Even you, Nick Scott. I don't know if you ever watch this. I'm rooting for you like a motherfucker every single week. But what I see on the field is just like, bruh, like, yeah,
I
like,
am
yeah,
not
this.
rude. Boy,
Go
man,
ahead.
about made me say
Go
something.
ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
No,
Go ahead.
I digress.
I got you. Yeah. But
Cause I
yes,
just
this.
I just don't believe that you telling the truth, CJ. You know damn well you don't root for that man every week.
No. Let me tell you, if they put on a Carolina Panthers jersey and they're out there on that field, I am rooting for them during the game. Okay, I am rooting for
Oh,
them. I
during
am rooting for them. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Now, mind you, during the week, I'm rooting for them to cut your ass and send you, pack your bags and send you on. But if you make it out there on the field, I'm rooting for you. I'm definitely rooting for you. Yeah. And hold on, and let me see. Did I miss this one? Okay. Thank you for another super chat, Flame for Jesus, $5 one here. Yes, we are in must win territory, and we will get beat 31-10. We are everybody's get right team again this year. No one is taking us lightly. Well, I think in the end you mean everybody is taking us lightly. But you know what? I will say this, Flame for Jesus, that part, we are everybody's get right team. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Let me tell you, your running back is having a few odd games and you got the Panthers on your schedule. Let me tell you, every running back will be like, yeah, oh, I'm getting right this week. And you know what? It happens. Yes, I'm tired of being
Mm-hmm.
everybody's get right game. I promise you. I promise you. Let me tell you, running backs last season had their best games against us. My man Bucky Irvin. Bucky Irvin went off for like 150 something one game, and I think a little over 100 the
Yeah.
next game. Tracy for the Giants went off for 100 and something. I think Rico Dowdle had his best game against us last year. Shoot, Bijan Robinson was just Bijan Robinson. You know, I mean, he does that to everybody, but still, you know, what I mean, everybody. I mean, hell, Alvin Kamara had 150 something yards the first game of last season. You know what I mean? So, like I said, yeah, I would agree with you. I'm tired of being everybody's get right team. That is, as a fan, like I said, as a fan, you know, you bought tickets, you bought gear, you bought seats, everything. It's highly frustrating, highly frustrating. But yeah, I do believe that that this is a must win game. And thank you, Flame. And Vietnam, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the fire super chat. With Bryce playing like you bust, we aren't going win anything. The defense isn't ready to compete this year, but the offense should be ready. Facts. The offense should be ready. I said this earlier. I do feel like the offense is going to have to carry this defense if if they get to that. Okay. I don't think this defense is. I was hoping that the defense could be average this year or somewhere close to average. Didn't need to be top 15, didn't need to be top 10. We can be somewhere around 18 to 20 or maybe 20 to 22 in that range. I would have taken that. But still, the offense has to go out there and put up points. But after what we seen last year, like I said, that's why this, not last year, last week, that's why this is a must win because they have to get their act together now. They have to go out there and put something, and I mean absolutely something on tape for the rest of these teams in the NFL to be like, oh, okay. Well, we might have to rethink our game plan a little bit because you see what they did to so and so this past game. Mind you, what
Right.
they doing now, they're like, shit, it's Carolina. Hell, we gonna we gonna run straight up the middle and we'll be fine. Quarterbacks like, oh well shit, I get a game where I ain't got to throw about 160, 70 yards. I'll be good. We're gonna let the running back go out there and between the two or three, and they're gonna get 220, 230 yards. That's what the NFL is looking at the Carolina Panthers right now. Like, yeah, nah, they ain't nothing but the get right team of this year and last year. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. That is one thing that I will. Yeah. I'm tired of being the get right team for every team that we play, and I hope that stops on Sunday. Now, mind you, if whether the defense can hold up or whether the offense can score enough points, I need to be something, something. I'll take it as long as it ends in the W. I'll take it because this team needs confidence. They need something to be able to hang their hats on earlier in the season rather than later. All right. So that's my his defense would be top 10 if Evero was not the DC. Hey, and again, thank you, Vietnam, for the
It's
super
hard to
chat, man.
argue with that.
I'm telling. Hey, and you know what? And I always thought about this. I was like, I always said we had the Cam Newton curse. I didn't like the way they did Cam Newton. They brought him back. And even still. But you know what? Another one is to me. I think as well. Steve Wilkes, man. Let me tell you, the last time we had a defense out here that kind of acted like they knew what the hell they were doing was when Steve Wilkes was the interim head coach for the a few seasons ago. That defense played pretty damn good going down the stretch. The offense joined them. With
Yeah.
Sam Darnold playing and went out there and played pretty good ball for the rest of the season. But it was just it seems like we keep harping on one player. On that defense. Now it's Nick Scott, but back then it was C.J. Henderson.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
C.J. Henderson, him especially in that Tampa Bay game where he was just like, yeah, dog, yeah. It's like he went up to Mike Evans and was like, bro, just do your thing, dog. You ain't gonna get no smoke out of me, man. I'm just out here today. But yeah, but
Right.
yeah,
What's
this
going
is
on, Mr.
definitely
Earl?
yes, sir. What's going on, Earl? How you doing? How you doing? Roadmaster says, "Oh my, I miss him too. I miss him too. I saw him in the airport last year up in Newark. Me and my wife were coming home from oh god, a surprise birthday party for a cousin, and he was
Yeah.
getting off the flight coming from Charlotte. We were getting on going back to Charlotte, and he got off and I'm that type of person. I'm like, ooh, I know somebody, and I'd be like, damn, I don't want to bother him, but let me tell you, I said, hey, I said, Coach Wilkes. And tell you, he was cool. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Coach," I said, "I just want to say, man, I said I miss you in Charlotte. I wish they'd have kept you." He was like, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is CJ." He said, "Yeah." He said, I said, "I hope I wish you luck and everything you're doing." He was like, "I appreciate you, man." I said, "All right, coach." I said, "You have a good day." And he walked off. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I miss Wilkes too,
that's what's
man.
up.
I miss Wilkes. Ken 88. What's up, CJ? Love the part. Hey, appreciate you, Ken 88. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love getting up here running my mouth, you know. Never thought I would, but I do. Appreciate you, Tony. All right. Now let's get down to it. The prediction. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Before I get into that, hey, appreciate you, Will, for another $5 super chat. So our offense need to build a lead. Thank you. Thank you. To force the other team to pass and not the run. That's why I always say we have to get in the habit of getting out there and putting points on the board early. Man, and to be honest with you, if we had 5 straight drives of getting field goals, shit, that's 15 points. At this point, something. You get out there and you get you some points, and then when that touchdown hit, you get that momentum. Maybe you can follow that with another touchdown. Okay, but we gotta stop having all these first halves where we go out here and we only mustering up 3 points. And another thing that really pissed me off too, when I said we self imploded, the kicker for Jacksonville. Now, mind you, he can kick it from here to Tempe, Arizona. I'm sorry, he kick it from like here to
Yeah.
England or something. He kicked the 70-yard field goal in preseason. This ding dong went out there, kicked the ball short of the landing zone once, kicked it out of bounds before the goal line another time. We got the ball twice at the 40-yard line and did jack shit with it.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Opportunities, man. But I agree with you. We gotta score early, get a lead, and try to keep these teams from feeling like, all right, well, cool. All we got to do is go out here and just methodically move the ball down the field with our running game, and we'll be straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. He said, where my guy Howard go back to 4-3. Man, hey, let me tell you, at this point, I
I
I
would need to be
just
somewhere retired.
Hey, shout out to Howard is a fool, boy. Howard is a trip, man. He get on there, he get to going. But let me tell you, I don't care if it's 3-4. I don't care if it's a 4-3. I just want to see some competent defense out there, being played. Yeah. Look at Dylan. He said, "I heard Tony ain't a Panthers fan no more." Man, hey, let me tell you, I don't know where you heard that, but boy, you better not be within arm length of Tony, because he gonna reach around and clock you for saying that shit.
He Dylan gets nothing from me for that.
Oh
Carry
my
on.
goodness. Yeah, carry on, carry on. CJ here said we don't have the personnel to run a 4-3 neither. I mean, yeah, yeah. But at this point, at this point, uh, let me ask y'all this before I get into prediction. Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think it would be if Evero didn't make it into this season, or he got fired in the middle of the season, whatever? Do you think it's worth it to go out and get another defensive coordinator who runs a 4-3, and then we got to kind of rebuild the defensive roster like we did when Evero came? Or do you bring in a different defensive coordinator who runs a 3-4 and try to build off of what we have on the roster now? All right. So
Let me
y'all, yeah, go ahead, Tom.
news flash for all Panther fans, all NFL football fans, whatever the case may be. Nobody runs a traditional 3-4 or 4-3 anymore. If you run a 4-3 and you playing against a team that has three wideouts, that is a mismatch in heaven for the
Mm-hmm.
offense. Because now you're asking a linebacker to cover your slot receiver. Everybody plays some variation of a 4-2-5. Find me a football game or football team throughout this season, last season, where you see three linebackers lined up behind a defensive line. Not edge rushers, linebackers. Nobody plays a traditional 4-3. Why? Because the offense has um elevated evolved. What I'm trying to say, they have
Mm,
evolved into more of a pass happy league. So when you
yeah.
see empty backfield, when you see three wide receiver sets, four wide receiver sets, you cannot play those type of defenses against those sets. And primarily offenses nowadays are running for 3, 4 receiver sets, sometimes empty. Even if they
Mm,
got two tight ends on the field, those two tight ends are eligible 9 times out of 10. So you still have 3 to 5 people that can go out and be involved in the passing game. What you have in most cases is some variation of a 4-5, where they're playing a big nickel, where they playing a safety as a
mm,
DB, or they play just a base nickel where they put a fifth cornerback on the field. They do that because of what the offense is doing. Nobody runs a traditional 4-3 or really a 3-4 anymore.
yeah. And you know what? One look I saw last week, and I think this was on JC Horn's interception. Um, I saw them with four down linemen. They had Rose Boom and Wallace, and then Merrick came down and was in like that big nickel position. And they had Nick Scott
Hmm.
and not Lathan Ransom and not Damani Richardson, but Shaw Smith Wade was the other safety on that play. What
Hmm.
was the other safety? Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
crazy thing is, now what happened was J.C. Horn, thank God, recognized the coverage on that play. He passed his receiver off, and then he dropped back and got in front of Travis Hunter. Because let me tell you, if Travis Hunter would have caught that ball,
Exactly.
he might have gone for a
Touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah, because
Touchdown.
Shaw Smith Wade was at least he was at least 5 yards behind Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was open, and J.C. Horn just made a hell of a play, on that pass, which I'm glad he did. But and I mind you, like
There
I said,
was,
go ahead,
yeah.
Tom.
No, no, go ahead. I thought you was done. Go
Oh,
ahead. Go ahead. I
no,
didn't
I
cut
would
you off.
say Evero said that you were going to see Trayvon Merrick down there in that big nickel slash linebacker spot. And I would say he kept his word on that one. I saw it a couple times in that game. But yeah, but go ahead, Tom.
No, I want to say that there was also one play too. I think they were in man
Mm,
pre-snap, and JC Horn man went in motion to the other side of the field. And instead of him follow him, they do what they call rock and roll. So
mm,
whoever the corner is, he will move to the center of the field, and then that safety we will come down and take that man in motion on the opposite side of the field. Instead of
mm,
playing man all the way across the field, they switched it from a man to a zone, and J.C. Horn was playing single high safety on one play, which I said, I like that. I like that.
mm,
Switch it up, change it up, throw something different at
mm.
the offense, but I just noticed that when it happened. I was like, okay, I like that.
Gotcha. All right, bet. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get this show wrapped up here. My prediction now. Let me say, I was hot. I was hot as fish grease last week, and what I'm say, I called my friends and I was like, man, I'm not picking this team to win not another game this season until they actually win a game. Had a week to think about it, kind of calmed
Yeah,
down
you
a little
told me that
bit.
too.
Yeah, yeah. No, you know what? You were the first person I called and told
Yeah.
that. Yes, you were the first person. But all right, so my prediction, let me tell you, if the Panthers get this one, it's going to be a close one. But I'm gonna go 20-17 Panthers. I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're going to blow them out. Now, that's not been our mo. All of our games have been won by like a field goal or less. In the past couple years. So if we do get a win, I'm gonna say 2017 Arizona. What you think, Tom?
Well, because the game is in Arizona, they are playing
Mm-hmm.
home,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do you one. I'm going to do you a favor, CJ. I'm going to take up the mantle for you, and I'm not going to pick these Panthers until they actually win one. So
Okay.
I got Arizona 24, Panthers 17.
Okay. All right. I got you. I ain't look. I ain't mad at you at all, cousin. I ain't mad at you at all. This
Yeah.
this is my last ditch effort to try and not lose all hope. But like I said, I'm standing ten toes down. If the Panthers go out there and get their ass whooped this weekend, yeah, yeah, it's a wrap for me and being like, oh, we got so much hope. Like I said, I'm
Yeah,
still gonna root for them. I still want them to win. But
right.
yeah, yeah. But we'll see. But all right,
Yeah.
man.
I just think just because that game is on the road in Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
you know, even though it's gonna be
Ooh.
in a dome, I still think I think Arizona will pull it out.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, Josh said 35-13 Arizona. Woo! Good. Oh. And another reason, my thing is we can't go 0-2. The next game is against Atlanta. Like, come on, man. We can't,
Hmm.
yeah, we gotta stop doing this. The division game, man. We gotta get a dub on the board before then. Revolutionary Poet said Arizona 30, Carolina 10. T Green said, "You crazy if you think the car is going to beat us." Hey, let me tell you, I hope.
Are
Hey,
we?
I hope we do win.
I mean,
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy at all. But yeah. Hey, and shout out to Flame for Jesus, man, for lighting it up again, dog. Father super chat. Everyone have a blessed weekend. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, no Flame for Jesus. We appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
yeah.
Romancer said, "I'm gonna watch regardless, just to evaluate." Facts, facts. There you go. Facts. All right. Big Cuz, man. You got anything for the good folks before we get up out of here, dog?
No, man. Hey, glad to see everybody. Get up here and chop it over with little cuz every now and then. I should have been on here a couple weeks ago, but I forgot and
It's
things
all good.
happened. So but hopefully y'all see me more and more up here with CJ doing the previews before Sunday. So I look forward to doing that.
All right, cool, man. And again, as always, Cuz, I thank you for coming up here with me. Giving your invaluable insight. Ooh, I don't know why my screen went black there. Okay, cool. All
Yeah,
right.
you
But
froze up for a minute.
oh, okay. All right. Got you. Hey, let
Yeah.
me tell you, my screen went black and I was just like, okay, but it looks like I'm back now. All right.
Polk.
So
Ho
again,
ho 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 ho.
mhm,
Josh Pitt,
what's
who
up?
who just got traded to the Saints?
Polk.
Polk. Polk
I figure
who?
out who that is. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Polk. Oh, I gotta figure out who that is. Uh Paul Melman said, "Are they putting Dalton in or Hooker?"
Dalton.
Hey, yeah, Dalton. Yeah, yeah.
Jalen
Jalen
Polk.
Polk. Oh, Jalen Polk. Oh goodness, who the where he come from? I've heard that name before.
I know that name for
Pats.
somewhere.
Oh, Pats. Got you.
Oh, the wide receiver.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Jalen Polk. I think
Well,
that's what I'm thinking of.
hopefully that doesn't mean a damn thing for them. So we'll see.
It ain't no quarterback, so we all
Hmm.
good. Yeah, wide receiver. Wide
Okay,
receiver.
got you.
Yeah, he
All
went to the
right.
University of Washington. Okay, yeah, I thought I remember him.
All right, cool
Okay.
beans, cool beans. All right, everybody, let me go ahead and get y'all up out of here, so we can go ahead and catch some college football. Go Tar Heels. All right. Sorry to all my.
Yes,
Well, look,
sir.
hey, go Tar Heels, and I say this too. Go Gamecocks. I mean, I don't have a problem with South Carolina unless they play North Carolina. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of weird, not weird, but I was watching the Charlotte UNC game, and I was like, damn, boy. I said this was a struggle. It was a struggle game for both of them. I'm like, yeah, this might not be a good year for being a Tar Heel and a 49er fan. So, but yeah. So, hey, let's say go dog. That's why they playing Tennessee today, man. Look, I don't have a dog in that fight, so I say go dogs too.
Yeah, and see, I'm taking Tennessee on that one. I don't think y'all quarterback
Ooh,
can throw against Tennessee.
cool
He's a
beans.
good runner. He's a good runner,
Mm-hmm.
but he is not good at passing. I ain't gonna say horrible, but he ain't good at passing. Georgia ain't got the dogs or wide receivers that they've had in the past. So I believe they're gonna
Mm,
struggle against Tennessee.
Okay. Now, hey, SC Pace said easy win.
Okay. I remember that. I remember that.
Said we beat Coach Prime last night. Oh, you a Cougar fan. You used to Cougar. Man, oh my goodness. I turned
Hmm.
the game on and I turned back and I said, oh my God. I said, okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. The Green said, oh,
That
that's
game
right.
was
We do play Richmond.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see. All I know is it was 0-0 and then it was 35 or 30 something to 14. And I was like, wow.
I think it ended up being like 36-20. It was 13-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah. Yep. All right, cool
Hmm.
beans, everybody. All right, but I thank you all for joining. Okay, I appreciate all love and support. Before you get out of here, no matter what platform you're watching, please hit every button you can to like, subscribe, follow, and give the channel some support. Like I said again, I appreciate everybody, everything you do. Thank you to Flame for Jesus, um, Flame for Jesus, Tip Drill Will, Vietnam. Um, I know I have missed a couple people and everybody who has, you know what? Let me go through this. Flame, Red Swarm for the 2 super chats. Tip Drill Will. We got Vietnam for re-up on the membership. Vietnam for the super chat. So thank you to all y'all for your love and support. I greatly appreciate you. Okay. As always, you can catch me on all social media at Armchair GMCJ. And as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, just like my Carolina Panthers Thor Hammer right over here, keep pounding, man. I'll see you.